John Coburn. I'm here with Dr. Saul Geffen, who has been our Senior Medical Officer attached to the World Muay Thai Council in Australia for a number of years. Welcome, Dr. Geffen.
Thanks, John.
Now, I thought we'd start with a little interview for the doctor and then let him, as the website develops, let him move into training tips on his own. Now, perhaps you could tell our people about your background in medicine and then in the sport. Thank you.
I'm a rehabilitation specialist with an interest in sports medicine and have been working with kickboxers and Thai boxers for 15 years. Originally trained under Joe Hilton on the Sunshine Coast in Thai boxing, and competed myself. I have a glorious career of one fight for one loss. I've been the doctor at approximately 200 promotions, and so have sat next to, I think, around 2,500 Thai boxing bouts, and looked after multiple Queensland, Australian and international champions. Have enjoyed my time very much in it, and made a lot of friends in the sport of Thai boxing.
I should also add that Dr. Geffen's a very valuable member of our International Legal Commission and travels with us internationally, so I commend him for the very fine efforts he's made with our sport over time. I thought I might just get you to talk a little bit about issues in relation to hydration of athletes.
Right. Well, in general, I should preface this with the fact that I see the role of a doctor in a sport such as this primarily as an advocate for a competitor's health and safety. The trainers and the promoters and referees and judges play other roles, and the principal role for the doctor is to look after the fighters, ensure their health and safety, and I would have no hesitation in stopping or precluding people from competing if I felt there was a serious risk to their health. So in terms of hydration and recovery, this is a major issue in terms of Thai boxing for two main reasons. Primarily, Thai boxers are middle distance athletes. The length of competition ranges between 8 minutes and 15 minutes, which is the same as a middle distance running event such as a 5,000 metre run, 5 to 10,000 metre run. So these people need to be adequately hydrated to operate at very high levels for times between 10 and 15 minutes. That's the first issue. And of course, in Thai boxing, we are a weight limited sport, and so obviously it is important to be as light as possible, and so therefore not to have extra fluid on board. And there are a number of competitors who attempt to lose weight by dehydrating themselves prior to a kickboxing event or a Thai boxing event.
Well, can I ask you then, what do you say would be the safe level of fluid to lose over, say, the last 24 hours prior to a bout?
3 to 5% of body weight at an absolute maximum.
Right.
So that would mean that a 70 kilogram fighter should lose no more than 3 to 4 kilos in the 24 hours prior to being weighed for an event.
Now, I should say this is one of the issues the sport will probably move on coming up as we get more professional and highly paid athletes, that we don't ever want to risk an athlete's health by simply the athlete feeling compelled to make weight. If people are going to make weight, they make it properly, or otherwise they'll just have to suffer the various sanctions that might have to come by not being able to make weight as required.
Yes, and one of the things that promoters and trainers could do is, in as much as possible, please move the weigh-in at least 24 hours prior to a competition event, so if a fighter is dehydrated, that they have a good chance to rehydrate prior to the event.
Well, thanks, Doctor. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk more. Thank you.